Hello, this is Branch Warren with Team MD. About 6 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia competition. Did chest today. Very pleased with my conditioning. A little bit ahead of schedule from where I was this time last year. I talked to George after the Arnold, and we're doing basically the exact same thing we did for the Olympia last year. Like I said, I'm a little bit ahead of where I was last year at this point. I'm very happy with my conditioning, overall package and size, and it's going to be a good Mr. Olympia. Me and George just had a long conversation after the Arnold, and we did it right. I was very pleased with the Olympia last year. My conditioning, overall package, fullness, hardness, everything. We made some adjustments for the Arnold. He wanted to bring me in a little bigger or whatever, and so we tried that out, and it still actually worked. It's just we kind of made a mistake the last day or so, and with some sodium and things like that, kind of cost me a couple spots. But this year we're just going back to the way we did last summer. The exact same thing. I'll be in shape. Probably within another 4 weeks, I'll be pretty much look the way I'm going to look on stage. So that's how I like to do it. That way, the last 2 weeks, I can kind of cut back, relax, go into the show feeling rested. And usually when you feel good, you look good, right? I was recently nominated for, I think I was number 4th on the list, actually, I think, for the top 10 hardest working bodybuilders of all time. That was a very big honor to be in there with guys like Dorian and Ronnie and Rich Gaspari, Tom Platz. People like that, people I looked up to when I was up and coming. Rich Gaspari was a big idol of mine when I was coming up, and of course Dorian Yates was probably one of the biggest influences in my working out and my career, and he still is to this day. It's a big honor, but at the same time, it's a bunch of magazine hype and BS too, so I don't put a whole lot into it. A lot of those guys I'm on that list with, they won the Olympia, so I think that's a true test of greatness. If you can be the last man standing on that stage. Dorian was a huge influence on my career in the 90s when I was really getting into it. The guy who actually taught me how to train like this was Ronnie Coleman's workout partner. His name was Mark, and he's no longer with us. But to this day, I've never seen a human being train harder than he trained. He used to dog Ronnie back in the days. He was just a complete psychomaniac, and that's how I came up, how I learned how to train. And I think you either have that fire and drive inside you or you don't. But if you have it inside you, then it's just a matter of somebody showing you how to do it right. And that's what he did, and I took it from there and ran with it. Rich Gaspari was the very first bodybuilding magazine I ever looked at. It had Lee Haney and Rich Gaspari in it, and I believe Tom Platz was in there too. And I read about Gaspari, and I started really keeping up with bodybuilding at that time, and I was a very young teenager. And I saw some things on TV about him, and saw some of his training, and I thought he was just I thought he kicked ass, man, because I just got into working out, and that's the only person I saw that trained like we did, and so I was like, all right, I like that, and I didn't think he had the best shape, structure, and all that stuff, but he rose to the top because basically he outworked everybody. I think he used to kick Lee Haney's ass in the gym, and and I liked that and respected that. So he didn't win the Olympia, but it wasn't for lack of effort. He never got beat because somebody outworked him. And, that was my philosophy. And I'm never going to lose a contest because somebody outworked me. I guarantee that. And then, further that was Dorian. Dorian is probably my biggest, looked up to him, more inspiration from him than anyone, because, he really and truly didn't have a pretty physique, but he beat everybody because he outworked them. And he was so big, thick, and hard. Guys like Flex Wheeler, and they couldn't beat him. Even on his worst day, they couldn't beat him. And because he just took it to a whole nother level, and basically it's because of his mentality and his work ethic. And once again, that just kind of solidified my theory of don't let anyone ever outwork you in the gym. And eventually you'll beat guys that are much more gifted and you'll beat a bunch of guys you probably should never beat just because you outwork them. And I took that to heart, and that's what I do. I've been asked a lot of questions about what I do for muscle soreness and recuperation. I get several deep tissue massages every week. I get MAT therapy, which is muscle activation therapy, several times a week. And of course, regular visits to the chiropractor along with the MAT. It's really the past couple of years I've really taken an active approach to, my recuperation and recovery. I still get sore. I get very, very sore sometimes, but with all the therapy and everything I do, and the MAT and massage, deep tissue, it really helps prevent injuries and helps me recover faster. And the faster you recover, the harder you can train, the more frequently you can train. And we go through some pretty brutal workouts in here, and we haven't really taken a break since March, April. It's pretty much hard and heavy every day, man. So